Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. This is another live video. It's been a while. I actually came online to do a live video. I've not had the time, but yeah, here we are today. And a lot is going on about Boko Haram. Although I've been trying not to talk about Nigerian politics, in all the things that is happening with Nigerian politics, but you just can't escape it. You just have to talk. Like you can't escape. Like what is going on in Nigeria is unbelievable. Like it's so incredible that even if they will write it in a book, it will be like like can something like this happen? I really hope that you all can hear me. Yeah, I'd like to get that feedback that you can hear me. So thank you so much once again. So this is an open, like you can also add your own contribution if you want. You can write it and you can call in however you want. So I welcome you all heartily. Welcome to my channel. This is your Blessedom TV. And yeah, if you're not yet subscribed, I hope you're going to do that before you leave today. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to talk about the incredible politics that is going on about Boko Haram, Yeah, I want to talk about the politics of Boko Haram. The politics of Boko Haram is very, very troubling. And I'm surprised that this is allowed to go on like in a time and a day like this. This is the 21st century and something like this is being allowed to go on, that Boko Haram is being allowed to carry on in this manner by the Nigerian government. And the Nigerian government is pampering Boko Haram in a situation of escalation that is still going on. The Nigerian government is pampering Boko Haram. The Buhari administration is pampering Boko Haram. The Buhari administration has failed to do anything concerning the insecurity at his own doorstep in the north, talk less of the other parts of the country. And this Buhari presidency is somehow like very, very abnormal. Like he never comes out to give a press conference. He's only giving pre-recorded speeches, It's like he's just there for decoration. And of course, this gives room for people to say, he's no more there. That it is not him that is there. But for whatever reason, no matter the level of, what is going on, he never says anything. Next thing, they will just introduce one small thing that they did. They went to commission it, and, it's like it's over. Do you hear what happened yesterday? The fishermen, some they were saying 66, some they were saying 43. Today we saw body bags everywhere. They said that they went there to, cut their this thing there. And we also hear from those in Sokoto, we hear from those in Katsina that they are negotiating with these people. And we also hear that they are rehabilitating them, paying 150,000 naira to them. 150,000 naira to them. I think that 150,000 will be equivalent of about maybe 500 euros or something. I'm not very sure right now. You are giving people this money, people who have committed acts that warrant the loss of life of other people, and you don't even put them away somewhere until the whole escalation is over. Instead, you are taking them, giving them money, and saying they should even go as far as to join the politics. This is outrageous what is going on. And Jonathan government didn't get to this extent, and they were calling Jonathan government a fake government. Even CNN used to report that Jonathan government is a fake government. We saw what happened during the answers, and they are even arguing it, something that happened before our very eyes. So where is this politics of Boko Haram going? Where are these northerners going with this politics? At least they are the one bearing the main brunt of this conflict that they have brought in their region. Unfortunately, the soldiers that they are sending there are not even soldiers that are known like that are very, very vast in that terrain. They are sending soldiers from the south. Somebody is barely trained, they have sent him inside there. And we have heard situations that the Boko Haram people that they release, what they are doing. You know, this man that they want to put in jail now, Ali Ndume, they said, he signed bond for somebody, and just because of that. But before this time, this man was speaking up and saying, why can't they be releasing Boko Haram? Like, he was saying it to their presence. What is going on in Nigeria is unacceptable. And I don't know why the international community are keeping mute, are keeping quiet. What is this politics of Boko Haram is supposed to be condemnable, because Nigeria is a huge landscape with the highest population in West Africa. And any major destabilization in Nigeria will be a very big catastrophe for the rest of the South African region, West African region, I mean. But everybody just kind of looking on like, okay, let the worst happen. You see, this politics of Boko Haram, this is the highest form of hypocrisy that you can expect from any collection of people who call themselves leaders. How do they go about talking about Boko Haram? Can you imagine that all the people that these Boko Haram people have terminated, that not one person has even gone through a court process? As much as I like to talk about these IPOB people and say, we don't want this degeneration that we are seeing in the north. We don't want it in the southeast. But to be fair, they are dragging these people to court. They are prosecuting them in absentia, but the people that are doing the real carnage, you are not even able to prosecute not even one of them. What kind of politics is this? What kind of identity politics is this Buhari government playing with the rest of Nigeria? This is a slap on the face of the rest of the country. And what are the senators doing? What are all all the representatives from the rest of the country? What are they doing about this great anomaly, this politics of Boko Haram? They are using it to siphon money, resources to the north, and nothing is coming out of it. They are going like the whole north is like on edge right now. No one is safe. No road is free. Everywhere, bandit, Boko Haram, herdsmen, everything. And nothing is being done about it. There is no security person that has been retired, that has been reinstated, that has been sacked for incompetence. Nothing. This is an outrage, what this Buhari government is doing with Boko Haram. It is an outrage, and I just want to do this video, let it be known that we see what is going on, we understand what is going on, and we know that they are playing a very, very diabolical politics with this cankerworm. And it's going to eat them up first. When it comes down to it, we know that the North has always been a radicalized place, and the people who are from the southern region have always borne the brunt of all their escalated, aggrieved attacks, But for the first time in the history of Nigeria, they are bearing the brunt of their own radicalization. They are bearing the brunt of their own mismanagement. They are bearing the brunt of it. Yeah, even though the country is being dragged along with it, but the bulk of the impact of this Boko Haram, of this bandit, of this herdsmen is being borne by them for the first time. So when people are talking about, people being taken down in the southeast or in the south, for the first time, they are feeling it, the impact of their own misrule, of their own, nepotism, of their own miscalculation. They are feeling it by themselves right now. But can this go on? Must this go on? Why is this being allowed to go on? Why is the Senate not even talking about impeaching Buhari? How come nobody's talking about Buhari stepping down? Because this is a failed government. Nowhere is safe. Nowhere is safe. And people go out to protest and use the military to turn on them. You see, this Buhari government needs to go down. It needs to be impeached. This is an outrage, what is going on. How can you take people that have committed this sickening acts, this kind of act, you take them out, you give them money, you compensate them, you fly them around, you say they should go home, and the war is still going on. This is an outrage what Buhari is doing. Thank you, my brother Olubumi Aladekere. Yeah, Aladekere. I hope I pronounce it very well. Yeah. It's only God that can intervene. I think that this is the time that we need to prevail on our senators to do something. What is the Senate there for? What is the House of Rep there for? Do you see the news that is coming out of Nigeria yesterday evening? Today they threw bodies all around everywhere. In a time, and the president did not say anything. The president did not come outside. This man, if he's there and he's alive, no press conference. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, somebody will be there and say he's the president, and you never see any live press conference. No live press conference. Nobody will. He's standing there and talking. They are throwing questions and he responding. You don't see in something of this magnitude is going on. The time of answers, the same thing. The time now we are seeing the same thing. And even though, like, the Sokoto government is saying, oh, they are negotiating with bandits because even the bandits themselves, they are tired. They want to live a normal life. That they want to go and why will you be negotiating with this caliber of people? But you are dragging IPOB people to court. If we in the Southeast, we are talking about IPOB because we know the what awaits if they are not checked now. If they carry on in the future, they can degenerate to something else for the whole region. This is what we are talking about. But when you are coming to the national level, you take IPOB people and you take them to court, you are prosecuting them in court, and you are serious about that prosecution. But you are not talking about prosecuting any one of these Boko Haram. You are using them to do politics of of cultural and ethnic bias and nepotism. You are releasing them. Who does this? Who does this? Where have you seen this kind of thing? This is an outrage, and I don't know why this is going on. Why is the world allowing this thing to go on? Why is the world allowing this thing to go on? Look at people that went to their farm yesterday in Borno. They went to farm. They were rice farmers. They were fishermen. Boko Haram just took them out, just like that. Just like that. And do you hear the president saying anything? No. You don't hear anything. They just carry on like nothing is happening. This is, I cannot even find the appropriate words to explain this kind of, the madness that is going on. And one senator even had the courage to come out and say something. All of a sudden, they remember that he took a bond for somebody and he has to go to jail for that. Imagine somebody that is saying, this approach of reintegrating Boko Haram when the conflict is still going on is wrong. Oh, they say, oh, you want to come and tell us. They take him, and the whole country is looking on, our whole intellectual, and the military is looking on at this. Who is bearing the brunt of all this? It's the military. It is the military at the end of the day that is going to decide what is going to happen. Because obviously the politicians are in the pocket of the cabal, as they say, because they don't want to do anything. So at the end of the day, this is a perfect opportunity for the military. Because if the politicians, the judiciary, the legislative is not about to intervene, to take action, to make better jurisdiction of their office, then we have to be hoping that the military will do something about this carnage. This kind of thing cannot continue like this. It's an outrage. Something that has happened. Even people who are displaced in Benue, in Jos, they are still in IDP camps. Like, how does the people remain in internally displaced people's camps, and the people who have put them in that condition are being compensated, are being given, chief service? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you so much. So, my people, I just wanted to talk about this politics of Boko Haram today, because I feel that what is going on is something that is unprecedented, and it's something that we really need to be asking ourselves, that, people that just went to their farm, this is only their crime, that they went to their farm. Today now we see Zulum leads prayer of 43 farmers that were taken out by. Is that what they are going to be eating? That somebody went to his farm to look for something to eat, he cannot go to the farm. And we are talking about a region that is the food basket of Nigeria. And we are looking at food insecurity in the face, right? Like this, and nobody is talking. Because when it comes down to it now, if the farmers in the middle belt cannot bring food, the farmers in the northeast cannot produce food, what is going to happen? Where is your food going to come from? Huh? Keep note that there is no food bank in any part of the country. There is no food bank. It's straight from the market, from the farm to the market. And now people cannot go to the farm. People cannot go and fish. People have no source of, bringing in food. Where is the food that you are going to bring? You are going to eat is, and the exchange rate to naira and dollar is skyrocketed, and there is no means of income for people, and the cost of living is high, and everybody is looking on. The people that came out to protest, they were cut down, and you still have people in their right mind coming out to be asking frivolous questions like, did you see it happen? Where are the bodies? Like, is this the first time that this government will do something like that? Did we forget what happened to the this Islamic movement of Nigeria in Abuja? We saw the video. It was brutal. It was live. We saw them when they went to their house. We saw them when they targeted them in Abuja, in the middle of Abuja, where they were marching. We have seen this thing before. Why is it so all of a sudden is something that you are constructing and trying to defend? This is defending the indefensible. You see, I wanted to show you this video of this man that was talking about this Buhari's policy of taking, wait, let me play the video.
We are still calling on the Nigerian government to accelerate, because once we hear all this, we are still calling on the Nigerian government to accelerate, because once we hear all these issues of those that are involved directly or indirectly in Boko Haram activities, they should be brought to book and used as an example to deter others. But so far, I think we have not been up and doing on that. That is one side. But again, for example, I am in disagreement with the government on the issue of de-radicalizing and reintegrating. My position is still the same. The executive's position is different, but I still maintain that position. You can't be resettling people, pampering them while the war is not over. I don't know about my other colleagues. My position of the committee is something. Okay, now the committee. Thank you very much. The committee. That's why my voice has gone up. The committee is on the same page, and I believe many Nigerians are on the same page with us. I, in my own village, Malams, that are Muslims, not ordinary Muslims, but Malams, elders above 60, quote me, 75 of them, distinguished colleagues, were taken to an abattoir and slaughtered by Boko Haram. And can you imagine that the Nigerian army or the Nigerian government is saying that because these people have gone to repent, or they say they hand themselves up, you bring them back and you pamper them If you give an IDP here 150,000 as part as they give them, I have over 10,000 of them here. If you give one of them 50,000, tomorrow he will be back home. He's displaced, he's suffering, he knows these people that killed their parents. That is wrong. And then, sorry sir, I'm getting emotional. But in addition to that, the recent attack in Damboa was carried out by a repentant, giving information as to the movement of the army. The general that was killed was the same thing. So I'm against. Are you withdrawing your support? No. So, my colleagues, this program is not. They can be kept as prisoners of war. After that, profile them, and then those that are supposed to be charged to court should be charged. Those that are victims of Boko Haram that were conscripted forcefully, you release them. We all know them from the communities.
And this is the truth. But do you know, for saying this truth, what this man got? Look at it. See him, he's being taken to the dock just because he said the obvious truth. He dared the executive.
The judge has just given a bench ruling in respect of the forfeiture proceedings that came up today. Well, you heard the ruling that the senator should be remanded in prison custody until the 500 million is paid or the property is sold in recovery of the 500 million. The issues are very simple. We're in court today. This is the first time we are appearing in the matter of forfeiture of the bail bond. This is our first time of appearing. We were only briefed last week on the 19th, and we had applied to the court for all the previous documents related to the bail to be given to us to enable us effectively and effectually defend Senator Ndubi. Because those documents have not been given to us by the court, we asked for an adjournment. That issue of adjournment was refused, and the court proceeded thereafter for the forfeiture of the bond. We had not taken argument. We had not argued the issue of the forfeiture of the bond because we needed the documents before the court to enable us effectively defend our client. That has not been given to us. And fair hearing demands that this should be given to us before the court goes into the issue of forfeiture. Our client has been directed to be remanded in Kuje prison, and he has given us instructions to test the matter on appeal. We will so test it on appeal and see the reaction of the penultimate court.
So, my people, are you seeing what is going on? This is a very, very heartless and crooked politics that this Buhari administration is playing. So somebody rightfully points out the anomaly of releasing Boko Haram people and saying you are reintegrating them, while the people who have suffered the impact of the rubbish that they are doing are still there in IDP camp. You did not go and help them. You did not give them money. You did not try to reintegrate them. You are instead helping the perpetrators. For what purpose? To what end? And this is a northern senator who had the courage to come out and speak out. And what does he get? He's being taken. So immediately you heard the lawyer say they have not even allowed them to appeal, to submit all the paper. The judge just filmed, they have already judged the matter. Meanwhile, not even one Boko Haram has gone through court process. Not even one not even one has gone through court process. And this is being allowed to go on in Nigeria today. In Nigeria, by the Nigerian elite, by the Nigerian ruling house. So, my people, this is an outrage, and I continue to say that no people, no country, nobody will go forward with this kind of anomaly, with this kind of glaring hypocrisy. Nobody will survive. in this way. If they say that they want, it's not enough to say, hey, one Nigeria, one indivisible Nigeria. It is not enough to be touting this. You have to show it. You have to show it. You have people who have done this level of calamity, and you are pampering them. And whereas you have people who have not even done anything, and you are putting them, locking them up. Do you know how many people that are languishing in jail? You see, no, even though I'm trying to stop our boys to be setting themselves up, because I know what is going to happen to them. Look at what happened to this Alin Dume. He is a senator. He's from the north. Look at what happened to him just because he spoke up. Because you are dealing with a beast, you have to know how to deal with it. And I'm trying to tell our guys, say, look at what you need to open your eyes to see what is going on. You don't have to offer yourself into their hands. You have to think of something, and they think that we are just against them. No, we are trying to be rational. Look at what is going on. This is a northerner. He's speaking of the obvious truth that everybody in the South, or most people in the South, has been saying. And look at how he's swiftly handed into Kuje prison. No one of these Boko Haram people has been sent to prison. Yeah, so my people, I don't know what else to say. I feel that this is an outrage. I feel very, very sad in me to be saying this thing, to be even talking about it, and to be seeing the level of carnage that these people have caused, and to see the level of people who have lost their means of livelihood, and to imagine the incoming, the future, that there is going to be a huge food insecurity. Because up until now, the Southerners, especially the Southeasterners, they are not farming, they have abandoned farming, everybody is trading. The food and everything we are eating is coming from the north. You can see what happened, because you know what happened to the onions that they brought to the south during the NSAS protest, that they got burnt and all those things. That onion became like a luxurious product, because nobody was farming onion. Everything was coming from the north. The same thing with beans, grains, everything is coming from the north. And we are having this huge impact. Like in a few years, there will be no food, and there will be so much insecurity, and there will be so much lack, and the people will not even have, normally, when you have yams, you have your seed yams and yam, and say, oh, we want to help you, go and farm, you see. And that is how we are going to lose generations and generations of horticultural, agricultural stock that we have. And we are going to have these biologically enhanced products, and you cannot replant it. It's when you get it, you plant it, and when you uproot it, it's the end. You have to be given again. You have to buy again. You have to get it again, because you cannot regrow the seed. That is where all this thing is going, my people. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. The senators, everybody needs to wake up, because this is not going to be funny. This is not going to be funny. The worst thing that can happen to a people is when you cannot have food insufficiency. Yeah. Oh, welcome, Jerome. Good afternoon. You're welcome. Food insecurity is the worst thing that can happen to a people. And people from southeastern Nigeria are the worst hit, because they have completely abandoned agriculture. And an ordinary southeasterner sees agriculture as suffering, as laboring, as wasting. You see, where is the food going to come from? The other time, there was a picture that was flying around. A governor, I think a Senate member in Enugu, was giving people cassava sticks as empowerment. And I was shocked, because normally when I was in the village, we always had our cassava stalks. We always had it. We had our, we call it stems here, cassava stems. We always had our cassava stems. We will always uproot our cassava stems. We will cut the ones we will use. We'll put it back in the land. But today, people don't even have cassava stems. And for somebody not to have cassava stems, it means they have not farmed for a long time. You see, because if you don't farm, obviously you're not going to have any stems left. And so somebody has to give you new stems. And before, it wasn't a big deal. Everybody had stems, and people can even throw some, you can just take, it was not a big deal, you didn't buy it. But today is something that they are using to empower people. So I want us to look beyond this conflict and think about the ramification of not doing anything, of not speaking up, because this politics that they are using, these Boko Haram people, and these activities that they are doing to be joking about, where you have people who have been taken away from their communities, instead of them to go there and clear whatever is going on and let the people go back to their communities. No, the people are still in the IDP camps and they cannot go back to their farms. They cannot have access to their seed yams, their agricultural produce. They cannot have it back. And so, if ever at any point in the future they want to go back and they want to start a new life, you know that somebody has to come and give them cassava stems. Somebody have to come and give them yams. Somebody have to come and give them maize. Somebody have to come and give them sorghum. Everything that they are going to plant, somebody have to come and give them. Where do you think it's going to come from? Or it's not going to come from the southeast. It's definitely not going to come from the southwest, because we don't have enough to go around even in our place. So what are you going to have? Monsanto is coming. They are going to come and give you. They are going to come and give you this thing. They are going to come and aid you. And that is how you will become like as if the situation is not worse enough. I just want to try to take us away from the usual way we are looking at this conflict and looking at this politics, that it is beyond that. It's beyond that. It's beyond that. Like here, people are trying very hard to protect their agricultural inheritance, to protect this this horticulture that they have done for years and years and have developed their own, improved on it gradually without this drastic mutation that will happen with these technologies, like something that will take generations to happen when they use like when they use radiation to shock the DNA of this plants, it will just kind of mutate, like changes that will happen like over maybe 7 generations. It will be happening within a day. And so you have a product that you don't even know the impact it's going to have on your genes, on your body, on all this kind of a thing in the near future, because you don't have the time to know or to study it, because you are hungry and you have to eat, you see. So yeah, I don't want to go too far. I don't know how much of what I'm saying you are following. Maybe I'm talking too scientific, because I actually have a background in science. So yeah, I feel very, very, very outraged beyond all this I'm saying, and I really hope that the South African region will wake up to what is happening. I really hope that the military will realize what is going on and do the needful. If the political people have failed, then the military have to step in, because ordinary citizens cannot do it. You don't have what it takes, you see. You say, why are people from the south is so precious? Don't they plant food? I don't know why. I don't know why our people look down on farming. And actually, the war, why we actually lost Biafra was still the same thing. I was still going to do a video about food insecurity, because I was saying in my mind, the video that I want to do about this quest for Biafra is to say you have to do the first things first. You cannot repeat the same thing that happened to you, because you didn't have food. We didn't have food. We had no food bank. We had no food reservoir. We didn't have farms where there was food. We didn't have food, and that was the undermining. Like you gotta have to eat before you go. Like when the Germans tried to go into Russia, they were cold. They couldn't even stand. And even the Russians, they were giving them vodka, something to keep them. Like, you have to take something in you to regenerate and resuscitate your body organs. But we didn't have food, and we are not still having food right now. I've shown a video before where somebody was sharing fufu, just ordinary fufu without soup. It's just beginning of lockdown, nothing big mega. But they didn't have food, and it's still the same thing. Everybody have goods and services that they are rendering. Nobody has food. Every food that we are eating is coming from the north, actually. And this was different when I was in Akure. I remember the first shock I had when I was in Akure was wow, the abundance of food. I remember the first time I wanted to buy okra, and the woman just kind of packed many okra and said 5 naira. And I was like, wow, like I was actually sorry for them, and I would just buy all the okra because I was like, is this what they're going to be selling, And the interesting thing, I met some people who were farming there. They were from a Ebonyi state, and they were living like where Futa it was not in the city side, it was still on the asking. They were living like somewhere behind, somewhere they used to come from interior, somewhere inside behind Futa. They will come from there to come to the campus to serve for us, and they were able people. And I was like, wow, and if you see the quantity of food produce, be it yam, be it okra, be it ugu, it will be so many. I was like, wow. Whereas in our village market, you can't get that kind of okra for 5 naira. Talk less of you say you get this whole thing, Like we'll buy onion, one seed like this. We'll buy one. Whereas when I was in Akure, they will put like a pack. They'll put a pack of tomato. They'll put like a bunch. They'll heap it like this, a pepper. And for one price, I was baffled. I didn't have that experience in Imo State. So yeah, and that was one thing that sustained me. And I was really happy that I really went out of Igbo land to go to the West, because man, there was food. Like I didn't have money, but I fed well. I'm telling you, good food. You just have to go to, there's the market they call Ojoba, and you will be able to buy something. You buy with 30 naira, you buy that in those days. You buy fish, you buy tomato, you buy everything. You will be coming home and you will cook like you'll be living fine just with little money. And we didn't have this luxury, because everything about agriculture is expensive. Mango is expensive, everything is expensive. We don't have this, and we still don't have it. We still don't have it. And this is something that is pending. I know that the Southwest will even be, I think they still have huge landmass that can still be used for agricultural purposes, because the Southwest, they don't live like the Southeasterners. The Southwest live in towns and mini settlements that are like maybe semi-towns, semi-cities, cities, and whereas we live within the villages. We already exhausted the land that we have. We live within the land that we have. We don't have large expanse of land that runs acres and meters that doesn't belong to anybody. The only place we see that kind of land is where they say maybe is evil forest, that kind of thing. But beyond that, we actually live within the dense communities. We live within everywhere. And if you look at the population spread of Nigeria, you will notice that even though Southeast has the least landmass, it has the highest population of people per square meter in comparison to other regions of Nigeria. You see, so food insecurity is going to be a major, major, major outcome. And beyond this reliance of Nigerians on getting economic money, to run their country and government from oil, they are going to continue to be depending for agricultural help too. You see, I don't know where this coyness about farming came from, but this is the reality we are facing. I don't know where it came from. Honestly, I don't know. I know that people from Ebonyi even try. People from Ebonyi try, but I don't know why farming is looked down upon. Farming is looked on like suffering. I don't know where it's coming from. Yeah, that is the truth. You will see somebody who have mansions and big houses, but you won't be able to take, even if it is tomatoes, like from the backyard. You will not have everything. They will have to go and buy it. You see, so this is something that is happening at this time. So what I'm trying to say is that if there is any need for the people in this in North Central and in the Northeast, who are hitherto on, and the Northwest, of course, who are up until now the supplier of food, the major bulk of the food that we are eating, and the meat, actually, the meat consumption is still coming from them. As in, we so much rely on their meat, we also rely on their agricultural produce, and if for any reason they are not able to have that food coming in, what do you think is going to happen to the rest of the country? And where do you think, restocking of that agricultural stock that they will lose, the seed yams, the grains that they need to replant, where do you think that is going to come from? Where do you think it's going? It's not going to come from the north, southeast. It's definitely not going to come from the southwest, because what it will have cannot even go around the whole southwest. Talk less of, it's going to be another food aid, another dependency, another round of dependency. And when you depend on another people for food, you can only be grateful for what you get. You will not be able to say, oh, look at what I got, or look, you just be grateful for what you got. So yeah, I don't want to drag this video too long. This is really what I find annoying and heartbreaking that something like this is going on and the world is looking on. And of course, because we know that African people and African problems is not a priority to anybody, but I wish that we can make our problems our own priority and look out for ourselves and stop this callousness, this outrageous politics that Buhari is playing with something like this, of this magnitude, and stop him in his tracks. And if he's there, or if he's not there, and let the legislative do something about it. And if they are not doing anything, the military has to step in, because something like this cannot go on forever. It just cannot go on forever. Yeah, so I'm so sorry, my people. I'm just going all over the place, but this is just how I feel today. I want to say thank you so much again for abiding with me up until this time. And yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here so that I don't drag it too long. And yeah, I'll see you guys again, hopefully in the next weekend, before I'll do another live video. But in between, I'll still post other videos as far as it's possible for me. Yeah, thank you so much. Have a happy Sunday and first Advent. Yeah, I hope you have a great day. Bye.